Hi, all right. So yesterday was my physical therapy appointment. That was 9 days after um, my surgery, and it was crazy. Oh my gosh, there were so many things that I learned and that we changed and that now I have to do. So stuff got real, but it was really good. So as you can see, I don't have the sling anymore. She said that the sling, I need to keep it off. I can use it if I really need to, but I need to keep it off so that I can keep motion in this shoulder. But it's hard for me because I'm used to having my arm kind of up here, and now it's just this is my new digs. It looks like a chicken wing. She formed it around my arm, and then it has these 5 straps that keep it here, and then I have like a little like a meshy thing, and then underneath this is just a thin bandage on my incision. So this is my new chicken wing, but see, it just hangs. It feels like it wouldn't do anything. It's not up where it was. So that's it. It and it's lighter, which is nice, but it is pulling on my shoulder. I keep feeling like I have to pick it up, so I keep doing this. My muscle right here hurts. I've been actually rubbing some. It's kind of like icy hot. It's called Deep Blue. It's just my favorite for any aches and pains, and it really helps. But I've been putting that on because this just hurts because I keep trying to compensate for this thing hanging. And then also my wrist hurts. She was gonna make a support for my wrist because it needs to be in like this position. So like my hand is like elbow bent, hand flat on the table. And that's how the doctor wants it to sit. But I know with my last one, it was just putting a lot of pressure on the top of my wrist, and I do have a bruise. I had mentioned that in the past video. And so she said she would leave it free as long as I just made sure to keep my hand in this position. You guys can see, I don't know if you can see the skin on my wrist. Look, it's like peeling. So that I'm working on scrubbing that off, but I don't want to be too hard on it. But that was my skin underneath the wrap, and just with the iodine and everything from the hospital, and then not being washed because it was in there for 9 days plus, on top of that. So it's kind of funky. But so those, my shoulder, my wrist are sore with this. And then it is, I can't just like drop it. Like I couldn't just drop it from here. I have to kind of like let it down because I don't trust it yet. And it is very sore. But it's good. I got to see my arm. That was crazy. And then I found out that the burning that I was feeling underneath was another incision. So I have 2 incisions. There is one that is pretty big and it goes from here to here, and then there's another one right here. And that was kind of the burning I was feeling in my elbow. And they are not stitched, they are stapled, and they look crazy gnarly. It is a crazy incision and huge, but it looks good. There was no redness. She put new wrapping on it, new bandages, and then put this on it. And then now that that is done, I will have to rebandage it every day. So I'll try to do a video where I show off the scar, because really it's it's kind of cool. It's a pretty big, not scar, but incision. It's huge. It's crazy. I may get a tattoo in the future over it. We'll see how it goes and how it heals. But the cool thing about this is you can see it has 5 straps, and these straps are velcroed on, and then I can just remove this and pop my arm out of it and do the exercises that she's given me. And so that was the other thing. So my staples will come out next Friday, so in 6 days from today. And I will be doing exercises 3 times a day, every day, and then I will see her 2 times a week to do exercises. And so today was kind of to give me the little exercises. This is the paper that she gave me. I'll show you the moves here in a second. It's a little confusing and it's incredibly difficult. So like to get this on and to get it formed in my arm, I had to lay down on my back and hold my arm up like this. And then she draped it over my arm, and I had to support this arm with this arm. So when I was holding it up, it was kind of like this, and it was heavy and it was weak. And then she put the stuff on it, and while it was warm and the warmth felt really good, it put pressure on everything and it hurt. And I was like, oh my gosh. So not terrible. I mean, I had to get through it, but she just had to form it to my arm, and then she fixed it up. But when I did the exercises later, I was still kind of sore, and you have to do this, and you bend your arm at a 90-degree angle, which it always has to be right now at a 90-degree angle, and then you kind of do a karate chop. Eventually, I guess you want to get it so your palm is up and you're pushing that way, but I can't do that. Like my hand, I can barely turn it like this. So you just go up as far as you can. Like this arm, haha, I could go all the way, but so the other arm, I could go maybe 3 inches. Like it, and my arm was like shaking and it was crazy. I was trying to push it away from my body, and it was so hard. And I had to use my other hand a little bit for support, but you're supposed to do it on your own. That was crazy. So that was one exercise, is pushing it away. And then eventually you want to try to turn your hand and push away, but I can't do that yet. And then the other one is the same thing, where you have you're laying on your back, you have a 90-degree angle, and you move the arm toward you. Once again, very shaky, very hard to do. On that particular move, you can feel the radial bone, you can feel that replacement, the artificial joint, and it feels weird. It's sore. No sharp pains, but it is sore, and your muscles are shaking, and it is scary, and it is hard. I won't lie, that is really hard. But whatever, I'm going to stick with it, because I know, I mean, getting back to this, oh my goodness, would be so amazing. So like where I was saying like, oh, I feel like I could just break out of this and move my arm normal. Absolutely cannot do that. It is really difficult even just to pick it up, even just a little bit. So then the other exercise I have, she said I could do it at my side with my arm by my side like this. I don't necessarily have to do it up over my head, and that's just basically twisting my hand this way and that way. There's words for this, let's see, what is it? Pronation and supination. I don't know what an extension and flexation. I don't know yet what all those words, like they're not clear in my mind, the movement that goes with those words, but this is the pronation and supination. It's basically where you can twist your hand back and forth, and I can like literally maybe go right there. It's pretty difficult. It's crazy, and my wrist is so sore. So I've really been working, like doing wrist circles and kind of going back and forth and just getting that wrist joint opened up. It's funny because, I fell and I hit my elbow, and that's what I've always been focused on. And I don't think I damaged my wrist, but like in all of this, I may have damaged my wrist. Now, I probably didn't break it because I wouldn't be able to move it, and it would be a lot sharper pain right now. But it could be sore and jacked up, and then it's been, held in place for so long. So my wrist is sore. It is sore. It is bruised on the top from where the last splint was hitting it. It's crazy. My wrist hurts. That's not a good thing. And I didn't take any pain medication yesterday because I wanted to know what it felt like from like base 0, and it hurt. And so I asked her, and she said, next time take some ibuprofen before you come, because you're going to get sore. So I will be doing ibuprofen now, and actually probably today. Let's see, I guess I'm pretty excited to get started. There's a lot that has to be done. Like I said, I have to do these exercises 3 times a day. I have an alarm set for each of those times that I figured that are times that I probably won't be doing anything. And then the other exciting thing about the way that this works is that I can take a shower. I am going to go to the salon today and get my hair washed because it's funky. It's been not washed for way too long at this point. And I'm just going to have her scrub it out really good, and that way I can start fresh. But I should be able to shower more regularly. We'll see how this goes. Once again, my arm is just dangling. I think if I get a bag around this arm and hold it, it will I can wash, which will be really nice, and get the shoulder clean and get my neck all nice. It'll just be so nice. Put my face in the water. It's all the little things. So she said that I will probably be doing, and it's not physical therapy. She said she was something different, not a physical therapist, but it's like an osteotherapist. I cannot remember what the name was, but it was specifically someone that dealt more with like wrist, hand, and arm things rather than the rest of the body. So that was interesting. Apparently there was a difference. But she said that I will probably be meeting with her for 3 to 4 months, and I will be wearing this brace for 6 weeks, and then after that, no brace, but then more strength building. But she said it can take 6 months to a year for full strength to come back. And even at that point, being able to bend my arm up or straighten it completely may never come back. And she said that's one of the things they see, is that you can get pretty close, but sometimes it just doesn't totally come back. I'm going to work my butt off because I want, especially the extension, I want that to come back. If I get flexation, I don't know. I read something else that also the twisting of the And so everybody, or maybe it was a couple months, but either way, like everybody was like, what happened? Like, how did it go? And there wasn't a lot of videos that kind of walked through that process. And so that's why I was like, well, let me share my, everybody has different experiences, but let me share my experience, and maybe that'll help someone, even with the tips and tricks. Like her tip was to write down her medication schedule after surgery. I did that, and that is now my tip too, because it really helped. So I appreciated that. So hopefully if I have any tips that happen to come out that help somebody, that would be awesome, or just to know kind of what to expect, because it's nice to know. And it'll be interesting. The mental state, I think, is a big thing, like to focus on. A lot of people, I think, can get negative, and she was good. Let's see, was it like week? Oh my gosh, it was like week 4. That was it. She had her arm like this for week 4. Now, see, I've already had my arm entombed for 4 weeks, like almost a month. But I've been able to do progress, right? I had 2 weeks and then I had my surgery, and then I've had another, 9 days, almost 2 weeks, and I had a new splint now, so I've had things kind of to break that time up. But see, now this is here, and this is going to be here for 5 weeks, and around 4 weeks, she was really struggling kind of mentally because it's just frustrating. I mean, it's a long time, and I've already kind of been a long time, and so I am working really hard to stay positive. Like I said in the last video, I am working to do small things as much as, things as normal. I wake up every morning. I, wash my face. I put my contacts in, brush my teeth. And washing the face actually feels really nice, but then I do a Bible study every day, and so I will sit and I'll do my Bible study and I write down. It's nice. I can still write with my right hand, but even when I couldn't write and I was all wrecked from breaking my arm, I was at least able to read it. And then I have breakfast, and I am able to scramble some eggs now with one hand. I use a lot of butter so it doesn't stick, and then I can just rinse it off in the sink. And put it back. It's nice because it stays, everything just slides right off. It's great. So I do that, and a piece of toast. I'm able to make myself breakfast, so I will have breakfast, and then usually I will do my squats, and so I have a little routine, and I'll do my squats and my kickbacks and just kind of keep my legs going, and then I will sit because that's a lot, and then I will sit for a while, and then I'll go outside, get a breath of fresh air. It is really hot outside, and that is actually the thing she told me. It needs to be clean and dry. And so sweating is no, you can't sweat. So even when I take a shower here, I'm going to have to keep that water level cold, not cold, because that would be crazy, but I need to keep it cooler. I can't do a nice hot shower because I can't sweat. That can't get wet, and that's going to be a really big deal. So when I go outside, I'm not there very long. I'm back inside very quickly because I don't want to sweat, and it is summer and it is humid where I am, and so it was like 90 degrees Fahrenheit yesterday. It's hot. With the humidity, that was hot. So I'm very careful of that. But I go outside. Sunshine is good. Being outside, fresh air, even if it's hot air, fresh air is nice. We keep our house pretty cold, which is great because then I don't get hot inside, and I can go outside and be in the heat for a minute, and the coolness of the house carries me through until I can come back inside. I have a little puppy dog. I play fetch with her in the house. And there's the video game that I can do on my computer that takes one hand. It's just clicking. It's My Singing Monsters. It's such a silly video, but whatever. I mean, it keeps me entertained, and it's just kind of a thing to do. And then I rest some more. I watch a movie with my kids. My son got a new video game that he's been playing, and so he's sitting next to me on the couch, and so he's been playing and like so excited. And then my other son, my younger one, is doing another game, and he wants me to watch, and I really am trapped on the couch, so I get to sit there and watch them, and they're so excited. And I try to read, and like I said, I keep up with friends. So I mean, that's pretty much my day. I don't do much. Today I am going to drive to the salon and get my hair cut. It's literally right up the street, so it's super easy. Nothing is walking distance from my house. We live, like I said, out in the boonies, but it is close enough. And then I'm gonna take a shower, and a shower and a haircut. That's it. I'm done for the day. I'll be on the couch probably for the rest of the day. That is a lot, but I'm excited. I'm excited that I'm gonna be able to do it. And to have clean hair again, and for this, even though this, like I said, my shoulder is really hurting and my wrist is really hurting, and doing these exercises I have to do is a little stressful. It's progress, and it's something that I can do to control my outcome, which I know, having control is kind of a woo idea, but hey, it's something, right? Like, you generally have sometimes no control over the way things go, but this I have control of, and I'm excited to do it. So I think that's it. Long, rambly. I don't edit, sorry, but I'll see you next time. All right, bye.